Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the review of the uh, Batman 1989 movie figure from Figuarts Toy Company, and it's obviously uh, from figuarts, the Batman 89 figure from the Tim Burton's 1989 Batman movie. The not the first Batman movie, but the first, big blockbuster, one that was out, 1989, and I think I was about 5 years old, I think, when it came out, because I was born in 84, so yeah, about 5 years old when it first came out, and obviously way too young to see it at the actual cinema itself. But I saw it, ended up seeing it twice on video back in the day in 1989 on video, the old VHS back in the day. Yeah, so basically, I was at my nan and granddad's house back in '89, and yeah, they rented it out on video VHS, and then I ended up watching it. Can't remember too much about the day, but I actually remember watching it and being really excited to see it because I loved Batman and Spider-Man and Superman and cartoons and superheroes. So I was very, very excited to see it. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure if I sat still for the whole duration it was on, but I do actually remember seeing bits of it. But yeah, so that was the story on that, and yeah, so I ended up seeing it then, and then I ended up watching it after I'd been to because I think it was a weekend, and I'd stayed at my nan and granddad's and watched it, and then after the weekend, I went back home and then found out that my mum had actually rented it out on VHS. So I ended up watching it twice, would you believe? So a super weekend of watching Batman 89 twice back in 89, many moons ago now. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure if they was aware that that my nan and granddad had rented it out, or whether they just ended up getting it, or I can't remember exactly. Who would remember that at 5 years old in 1989? But I actually remember watching it twice. Is my memory of that. But how they got the copy, I don't know. Anyway, that's my story on that. So now let's look at the actual awesome figure. Now I got this on eBay, second hand, obviously, not brand new, from a guy on eBay. And yeah, I'd originally had this Batman, and this is just a cheap one that I found on eBay, and I wanted to get a decent one, and the NECA one seemed too expensive, so I was looking for another decent one, and then I ended up getting the awesome figuarts one, which seems to be a really cool Batman. I'm not sure if it's as good as NECA one, I don't know, I've never had it, but whether it's just as good, it looks pretty good, and it's got a good array of accessories and weapons, and it looks pretty good. As I said, I've got it on eBay. I'm not sure how much it was originally. I see one on there for 60, but I got this one for, I managed to get this one for, I think the guy was selling it for 50, and I got it for 45, plus a little bit of postage, so about £48, I think it was altogether I paid. So pretty good price. As I say, I'm not sure how much it was originally, but I'm guessing a lot more. And yeah, that was the story on that. So I got it off eBay for £45. I'm not sure exactly. I think when it came out, I'm not sure if it was like, was it 3 years ago or something? So obviously not new, obviously, but I was looking for Batman and I got this one, and then I thought I'd do my review on it because I like to do my take on it. Obviously, a lot of these figures have been done hundreds and hundreds of times before, but as I said, when I get them brand new, sometimes when I get them second hand and they're not in that great condition and not got the accessories and stuff, I don't really do the reviews. I only do them when they're sort of like new-ish, sort of out of the packaging. I've got all the bits and bobs, Yeah, so that was that story on that. And then let's actually look at the figure, and it looks pretty awesome, to be honest. Um, yeah, it's obviously Michael Keaton, the awesome actor. It's supposed to be. Obviously, you can't take. The only thing bad about this is, would I like to have a Michael Keaton head sculpt, or we had to take the mask off so you can see his face. The only thing you can see is his actual mouth area. You see his eyes inside the actual mask, which is pretty nice. And then obviously the pretty cool logo in the chest with the definition of the you know, like 8-pack. I'm not sure, so like 8-pack going on, probably about 12, 16-pack by the looks. Yeah, but it's got the whole, you know, what's it, like body armor in the movie. Something like they describe it. One of the thugs, when they shoot him, realise body armor. So he realised he hasn't been shot. But anyway, yeah. So that's the body bat symbol, obviously. The yellow belt, and then the pretty cool black trousers and boots. And then what is good, awesome on this is the cape, which is just fantastic. Sort of like material. I'm not sure what type of material it is. I'm not sure if it's, I don't think it's actual real leather, or at least I don't think it is. It's like a sort of maybe fake leather sort of material, but it's an awesome, awesome cape. I remember back in the day, I had the original '89 version, quite similar to the cheaper version, where you had the extended belt that used to pull out, and you sort of. I mean, back in the day, it was a pretty cool figure to have, to be honest. But you know, nowadays it's not great. It's not a great figure, and the chest plate fades away over time. I haven't still got that, unfortunately. Gave it away to charity about 20 years ago, so unfortunately don't still have that with us, with me. So I ended up getting, yeah, so originally I ended up getting that cheap one. Actually, it's not too, obviously this one is far greater, but that is, it's not bad cheap Batman I managed to find on eBay. It's no longer on eBay. I've tried looking, but it's no longer. I sort of tried to see if it was like a DC version or something. It's just like some cheap version, but it's actually a pretty nice Batman, to be honest. The logo's on this, it doesn't actually fade away, and it's quite sort of like a cheap. You know, if you haven't got you know, the big massive budget to buy one, you know, this one was only cost me about £10 or £11, so it was pretty nice when I actually got it, and that's sort of been my main Batman. But then, as I said, I wanted to get a new, better one, and yeah, this figuarts one seemed like a pretty good deal for the price, and you know, it just seems really cool. The neck one at this stage is a bit out of my price range. Maybe one day I'll get the neck one, but for now I've got this. I'm pretty happy with having that and the other Batman. But anyway, let's get back to this. So yeah, it's just a pretty awesome. Obviously, this cape is much better than the other one. Obviously, the other one is sort of a crappy sort of. I don't know what type of material it is, but it's sort of like a rubbishy sort of thing that sort of, and it's crappy because it sort of picks up all bits and pieces. You know, it doesn't stay. It gets hairs on it and stuff. It's not great. As whether this is that sort of leather, fake leathery material, which is just really, really awesome. It's just that awesome cape that's like in the movie, you know, massive sort of cape where it's sort of like, you know, see him done it a few times when he's sort of like walking. You see his massive cape. Now, the only thing unfortunate on this, I've noticed the leg keeps popping out. Now, I'm assuming that this is either, because it says delicate on the thing, that it's either delicate or there's some issue with this leg. I'm not at all sure, but it keeps popping out. I do keep trying to pop it back in. It's a bit annoying. You don't really get much movement on the legs, and I'm trying to avoid moving the legs. Sort of try and pop it back in, that leg. But yeah, it just keeps popping out, that leg. but I'll just keep popping it back in till it stays in. But yeah, I'm not going to be moving the legs around too much. And yeah, the hands are pretty cool. And I've got it currently at the moment because I was sort of going to have him sort of displayed, because I want to have him holding either one weapon or a couple of weapons, sort of like, rather than just standing there. I want him to be like on action. I've got the accessory, what do we call it? I can't think of what that is. Let's get the accessories out. Bits and bobs. Now, unfortunately, also the other issue is because it's second-hand, the grappling gun is missing, unfortunately. So I think that's the only thing that is missing on this. I've actually got a prop NECA replica of the grappling gun. Yeah, it's the grappling gun that's missing. I've got the larger version. Obviously, that's too large for this. So I need to try and find a spare grappling gun, because obviously that's missing. Get the paperwork to get with it. Quite a lot of bits. There's loads of pairs of hands with this, and there's one that's triangle guard. There's one that's closed fists. This is all in, if it's all right, Chinese, right? In some of the stuff, I don't understand a word of that. I only speak one language, and that's bad English. But anyway, yeah, you get one pair of closed fists, one open hand, which they've got two sort of I don't know, arrows on them. I'm guessing sort of like old weapons in those sort of. And then you get another sort of pair of hands, sort of more openish. Another one that's sort of bit more closed. Another one is just a lot of, yeah, just various different. I'm just guessing they hold all sorts of weapons. I'm not really one to keep changing hands and heads and sort of stuff. I don't mind messing about and changing the weapons now and again, but hands, I don't really want to keep changing them. Or rather just keep one pair of hands on and then swap the weapons. I just can't be bothered to keep messing around with swapping hands. Yeah, I just have one pair of hands to hold all the things. It's just confusing, because you'd never really know which hands hold which weapons, and it's just, yeah, swap the hands over, and then it holds one weapon, and then you try another weapon, it doesn't hold that, then you've got to swap the hands over, and then it's just too much messing about for my liking. I'd rather just have the figure and one pair of hands and the weapons. To be honest, I don't want 8 or 10 pairs of hands, to be honest. Anyway, there's the actual Batman itself. Pretty awesome. And then cape, you can actually hold the cape in his hands. So you pull the rods into the cape, then put them into his hands. So then when he holds his arms up, you can have him having the glider. So his cape's like a hang glider sort of type thing. So you put those inside the rods inside the cape and then onto his hands. So then when he opens his cape up, it's like a glider. You know, in Batman Returns, when he goes off the building and then his cape turns into a glide and he's sort of gliding along, and it's almost like he's flying, but he's gliding along. I remember him only doing that in Batman Returns. I don't remember him doing that in Batman first one, as far as I know. Gliding that? Don't remember him doing it, but I remember him doing it in Batman Returns. I've seen Batman enough times, but I don't remember gliding in that. I only remember him gliding. They should have said this was Batman 89 and Returns, but yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping is there a figuarts Batman Returns? Because I might have to grab that and all. Mind you, it's pretty much the same Batman, but just different weapons. But anyway, you get that. Then you get a couple of heads, which I don't see the point in that really, because one's got just a different mouth, and sort of, so you swap it over and it's basically the same thing but only a different mouth. I don't really get that really. They may as well just added one extra mouth. I don't really see the point. That's just going to be the same, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I might as well just give one head like that and then one Michael Keaton one. You know, why do there need to be two? That's just my opinion anyway. Dear. You know, I'm only gonna have that one. You know, the other one looks pretty much the same. So, yeah. So when you get a couple of those, then it's on to the. I mean, that means absolutely nothing to me, unless you're Chinese and you're one of the subscribers that can maybe translate that for me, make sense of it. But I don't understand any of it. I mean, I could say that says assembly of optional parts, and the batarang, which is the I've got also the NECA prop replica of that. The batarang, that's the thing that he throws against his adversaries, enemies or whatever, goons. So you get that, so you pop that into his hand. Then you get the interchangeable hand parts, put another weapon in his hand. The shuriken, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, shuriken, which is another sort of like a ninja star disc. You know, there's like things like the ninjas have those ninja stars, they call them. They've got a circle, and then it's like all spikes around. It's deadly weapon, but on this he calls it shuriken, but ninja shuriken. I don't think there's a replica of that. We get that in else, so that's pretty cool. I think you get about four different sort of weapons, I think it is. Yeah, you get the batarang, shuriken, grappling gun, which is missing on my figure, and then the gauntlet, which I've got on him at the moment. And then it extends, see that extends on there. But yeah, so there's all the too many hands, and you get a couple of them shurikens. There's obviously he throws one of his enemies and then needs another one. And then those are the rods go in the cape, and then the hands, which is too many for my liking. But I think the actual Deadpool figure that I've got has got, by the looks of it, about 15 pairs of hands. It's just crazy amount. So there's the batarang. I tried putting that in one of his hands, but didn't stay in. I might try and mess around with it and put those weapons in, but for now he's got that, and the legs popped out again, see. But yeah, it's a pretty nice figure, considering, and as I said, I am going to have him displayed like that. It's just a pretty cool figure for the moment, but I may change it, I don't know. I was hoping that sort of the belt could attach, what could have been good if it could attach the weapons, so you could have rolled him holding one or two weapons and then have the other couple sort of like tucked into his belt area, like it does in the actual movie, because, you know, I think he's got the grappling gun hooked onto the side of his belt. So that would have been awesome, but it's a pretty cool figure. So guys, that's going to be the review on this. Don't forget to subscribe. Well, hope you guys enjoy this video first thing. And yeah, if you don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now. See you soon.